Your healthy grocery cart is probably costing you triple what it should. I watched someone spend $47 on 4 items that I could have replaced for 11, with better nutrition. The swap that shocked me most isn't even on most people's radar. White bread is basically cosplaying as food. Sounds harsh, but here's the truth. It spikes your blood sugar almost as fast as eating straight table sugar. The fiber? Gone. Stripped away during processing. Now, whole wheat bread costs maybe 20 to 50 cents more per loaf. That's it, and you get 3 times the fiber. Here's where it gets interesting. The average American eats 53 pounds of bread every single year. 53 pounds. That tiny price difference adds up to a massive health difference over time. Plus, whole grains keep you fuller longer. Less snacking means lower grocery bills. Your wallet actually thanks you, but watch out for the sneaky stuff. Many wheat breads are just white bread wearing a tan. They literally dye it brown. Look for 100% whole wheat as the first ingredient. Speaking of sneaky marketing, your breakfast cereal might be hiding something worse. A box of frosted sugar bombs costs around $5 and barely lasts a week. Meanwhile, a canister of old-fashioned oats? $3. Lasts a month. Here's the kicker. Many popular cereals contain more sugar per serving than a glazed donut. You're basically eating dessert and calling it breakfast. Your pancreas is not amused. Oatmeal contains something called beta-glucan. Fancy name, simple job. It actively scrubs bad cholesterol from your system like a tiny internal cleaning crew. Now, I won't lie, plain oatmeal tastes like cardboard's boring cousin. But slice a banana on top, add some cinnamon, and suddenly you've got natural sweetness without the sugar crash. One warning though, those instant oatmeal packets? Sugar bombs in disguise. Stick with plain old-fashioned or steel-cut varieties. 5 minutes on the stovetop. That's all it takes. But speaking of breakfast swaps, your bacon might be doing more damage than you think. Regular pork bacon gets about 42% of its calories from saturated fat. That's the artery-clogging stuff your doctor keeps warning you about. Turkey bacon? 60% less fat. Same price at most grocery stores. But here's the real sleeper pick. Canadian bacon. It's actually a lean cut similar to ham, with only 2 grams of fat per serving. My cardiologist father-in-law switched years ago. Still complains about it. Still alive, though. Now, the World Health Organization classifies processed meats as carcinogens. Harsh news, I know. But leaner versions mean less exposure to the nasty stuff. 2 strips of turkey bacon save you about 70 calories every single breakfast. Do that math over a year. That's like erasing 25,000 calories without changing anything else. Works great in scrambles, on English muffins, wherever you'd use regular bacon. Speaking of breakfast drinks, your morning juice might be hiding a dark secret. 1 glass of orange juice contains the sugar of 4 oranges. 4. But 0 of the fiber that makes those oranges actually healthy. Your body processes that liquid sugar almost like soda. No chewing required. No fullness signals sent to your brain. Here's what nobody tells you. When you eat a whole apple, your jaw does work. That mechanical action triggers hormones that say, hey, we're eating here. Juice skips that entire system. A bag of apples costs $3 and lasts all week. A bottle of apple juice? Same price, gone in 2 days, and you're still hungry. Americans drink over 6 gallons of fruit juice yearly. That's nearly 8,000 extra calories just from drinks pretending to be healthy. Plus, the good stuff in fruit skin, the polyphenols, totally destroyed during juicing. Keep a fruit bowl on your counter instead. Your wallet and waistline will thank you. I'll be honest, I thought these health rings were a scam. I bought one half expecting to send it back. But 3 months later, it hasn't left my finger. And it does way more than I expected. Sleep, activity, heart rate, recovery, and stress, all from one little ring. The thing that helped me most? I realized my afternoon coffee was quietly wrecking my sleep. One small change, cutting it off after lunch, and within a week, I was sleeping like a rock. Now here's why I'm telling you this. Right now, the ring's 63% off, just $60 if you grab it through the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. There's a 90-day money-back guarantee if it's not for you, but I'm keeping mine. Now about that dollop of sour cream on your baked potato. Greek yogurt is basically sour cream that went to college. Same tangy taste, same creamy texture, but 10 grams of protein versus sour cream's measly 2. That's 5 times more protein for roughly the same price. I switched years ago, and honestly, nobody at my dinner table noticed. Not on tacos, not on baked potatoes, not in my wife's famous stroganoff. Here's the kicker. Greek yogurt contains probiotics, those good bacteria that keep your gut happy. Sour cream? It's just sitting there doing nothing. The calorie difference is almost embarrassing. You're cutting calories by more than half while tripling your protein intake. That's the kind of math I actually enjoy. And unlike sour cream, Greek yogurt works in smoothies, marinades, even baking. One container, endless uses. But speaking of sneaky swaps in your main dishes, ground beef might be lying to you. Ground beef has been stealing from your wallet for years. Here's the thing. Lean ground turkey runs about $4.50 per pound. Lean ground beef? $6 or more. That's real money over a year of Taco Tuesdays. But the savings aren't even the best part. Turkey packs 50% less saturated fat. Your heart sends its thanks. Now, I'll be honest. Plain ground turkey tastes like cardboard with regrets. The secret? Worcestershire sauce? Just a splash transforms it into something beefy and delicious. My father-in-law, who grills everything, couldn't tell the difference in my chili last Thanksgiving. Here's a trick for the skeptical. Start with half beef, half turkey. You'll cut fat without anyone staging an intervention. Turkey actually absorbs seasonings better than beef does. Your meatballs will thank you. Speaking of sneaky ways to cut calories, your snack drawer needs serious help. Your snack drawer is lying to you. That innocent bag of chips? 1 ounce contains 160 calories. That's like 15 chips. Who eats 15 chips? Nobody. You eat half the bag while watching TV and suddenly you've consumed 500 calories. Here's the crazy part. 3 full cups of air-popped popcorn? 90 calories. You could literally eat a mixing bowl full and still come out ahead. But wait, it gets better. A bag of popcorn kernels costs $3 and makes about 30 servings. 1 bag of chips? $4, gone in 2 Netflix episodes. And popcorn is secretly a whole grain. Actual fiber in your snack. Chips can't compete with that. The trick is skipping microwave bags. Those contain weird additives. A $15 air popper pays for itself in weeks. Sprinkle on some nutritional yeast for a cheesy flavor without the guilt. Now, your freezer is hiding an even bigger opportunity. Your freezer holds dessert gold, and you don't even know it. Those spotted bananas going brown on your counter? Don't throw them out. Peel them, freeze them, then blend them up. What comes out is creamy soft-serve ice cream. No dairy, no added sugar, just banana. Sounds too simple to work, right? I thought the same thing until I tried it. The texture genuinely tricks your brain. It's thick, it's cold, it scoops like the real deal. Toss in some cocoa powder and suddenly you've got chocolate ice cream with actual antioxidants. A whole serving runs about 100 calories. Regular ice cream? 270. Here's the money part. A bunch of bananas costs under $2. Premium ice cream runs $6 and disappears in 3 days. And those overripe bananas? Grocery stores practically give them away, but your condiment shelf needs a serious intervention. Mayonnaise is basically fat, pretending to have a personality. Seriously, no vitamins, no fiber. Just oil whipped with egg yolks and a marketing team. Here's your upgrade. Mashed avocado. Same creamy spread, completely different nutritional story. 1 tablespoon of mayo runs you 90 calories. The same amount of avocado? 25. And those avocado calories come with actual benefits. We're talking heart-healthy fats that lower bad cholesterol instead of raising it. Fiber, potassium, vitamins E and K. Half an avocado costs about 75 cents and covers multiple sandwiches. The browning problem? Squeeze some lime juice on it. Problem solved. Plus your tuna salad just got brighter and tangier. My grandmother called mayo spreadable regret. She wasn't wrong. Avocados give you something back for those calories. Mayo just takes up space on your sandwich and your waistline. Speaking of taking up space, Your rice might be working against you. Your rice might be secretly sabotaging your diet. 1 cup of white rice packs 45 grams of carbohydrates. That's a lot. Cauliflower rice? 5 grams. Same cup. Massive difference. And here's what surprised me. Frozen cauliflower rice costs about $2.50 per bag. Zero chopping, zero mess, just dump it in a pan. The cooking time? 5 minutes. Regular rice takes 20 to 30. My patience doesn't stretch that far on weeknights. Now, the biggest mistake people make, they steam it and end up with soggy mush. Nobody wants that. The trick is a hot, dry pan. No lid. Let the moisture escape. Suddenly you've got something that actually has texture. Not ready to fully commit? Mix half regular rice with half cauliflower rice. Most people can't tell the difference. Your blood sugar definitely can. But speaking of things hiding in your food, let's talk about what's lurking in your salad dressing. Your salad is healthy. Your dressing? That's another story. Flip over that bottle of ranch. High fructose corn syrup, artificial colors, enough sodium to preserve a mummy. And you're pouring this on vegetables because you want to be healthy? Here's the fix. Olive oil and vinegar. 3 parts oil, 1 part vinegar, pinch of salt. Done. Extra virgin olive oil contains something called oleocanthal. Scientists say it works like ibuprofen for inflammation. So your dressing can actually fight pain now. Try getting that from a bottle of Thousand Island. The cost breakdown surprised me too. 1 bottle of olive oil plus vinegar lasts 2 months. That's cheaper than buying ranch every other week. Want it creamier? Add a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. It acts like glue and keeps everything mixed together. But if you think dressing is sneaky, wait until you see what's hiding in your yogurt. Flavored yogurt is basically candy with better marketing. Turn that container around. 25 grams of sugar. That's more than a Snickers bar. You bought it because the label had a picture of strawberries and the word probiotic. Clever, right? Plain yogurt costs about 30% less. And here's the thing, it actually tastes like real food once you get used to it. Throw in some fresh berries. Now you control the sweetness. Want it a little sweeter? A drizzle of honey gives you natural sweetness plus trace minerals. Refined sugar gives you nothing but regret. Store-brand plain yogurt? Nutritionally identical to the fancy Greek stuff at half the price. I checked the labels myself. Same protein, same probiotics, different jar. Frozen berries work great too and cost way less than fresh. Speaking of things that sound healthy but aren't, let's talk about your pasta. Regular pasta is basically white bread in noodle form. Same refined flour, same blood sugar spike. Same crash. An hour later that sends you raiding the pantry. Whole wheat pasta, 6 grams of fiber per serving. Regular pasta gives you almost nothing. But here's where it gets interesting. Chickpea pasta and lentil pasta have completely changed the game. Double the protein of regular pasta. We're talking 14 grams in a single serving. That's more than 2 eggs. The price gap has nearly disappeared too. Whole wheat pasta runs about $1.50 per box now. Practically the same as the white stuff. One trick I learned the hard way. Cook whole wheat pasta. 1 minute less than the box says. Otherwise it turns into mush. Nobody wants sad, mushy pasta. Chunky meat sauces hide any texture difference completely. Speaking of sauce, that jar in your pantry might be hiding something. That jar of pasta sauce might be your kitchen's biggest sugar trap. Flip it over. Check the label. Some popular brands pack more sugar per serving than chocolate chip cookies. In tomato sauce, how does that even happen? A can of crushed tomatoes costs 99 cents. Just tomatoes. Nothing weird hiding in there. Here's what I do. Sauté some garlic, dump in the crushed tomatoes, throw in basil and oregano. 15 minutes. Done. Restaurant quality sauce. One trick that changed everything for me. Drop a Parmesan rind into the sauce while it simmers. That deep, savory flavor develops without spending extra money. You're already buying Parmesan anyway, right? Homemade sauce eliminates mysterious ingredients like natural flavors. Nobody knows what that actually means. The sodium difference alone is worth it. But speaking of hidden sodium, that soup can in your pantry deserves a closer look. Flavored coffee creamer is basically dessert disguised as breakfast. That hazelnut creamer you love? 15 grams of sugar before you even eat anything. Your coffee is having dessert while you think you're being healthy. And here's the kicker. Many creamers still contain partially hydrogenated oils. That's trans fat hiding in plain sight. Regular milk costs $3 a gallon. That tiny creamer bottle? $4 and gone in a week. I switched to frothing regular milk with one of those cheap hand frothers. $5 on Amazon. Now my morning coffee looks fancy without the sugar bomb. Unsweetened oat milk works great too. 30 calories, nice and creamy, zero guilt. Do the math. If you use creamer twice daily, switching to milk saves you over 15,000 calories yearly. That's like skipping 40 cheeseburgers. Now those vegetables in your pantry? Canned might not be your best option. Canned vegetables have been sitting in liquid for months, sometimes years. That's a lot of time for nutrients to leak out and disappear. Here's what nobody tells you. Frozen vegetables are actually picked and frozen within hours. Peak ripeness. Maximum vitamins. Locked in tight. Canned green beans? They've lost about half their vitamin C just sitting on that shelf. Plus they're swimming in sodium. One can contains nearly a third of your daily salt limit. The price is basically identical, $1.50 either way. But frozen vegetables have texture. They actually crunch when you bite them. Canned vegetables? Mushy as baby food. My grandmother used to say canned peas were punishment disguised as dinner. She wasn't wrong. Buy those big frozen bags at warehouse stores, even cheaper per pound. Now, here's where snacking gets interesting. Those granola bars you think are healthy? Most commercial granola bars are basically candy bars wearing a hiking costume. Seriously, flip one over. Chocolate chips. Brown rice syrup. Sugar listed 3 different ways. Here's the thing. Making trail mix at home costs about half as much. And it takes maybe 2 minutes. Grab some almonds, throw in pumpkin seeds, add a handful of unsweetened dried cranberries. Done. A quarter cup of this stuff keeps you full for hours. Meanwhile, that fancy granola bar? You're hungry again in 45 minutes. My coworker used to eat 2 granola bars every afternoon and wondered why she was always starving. The secret is protein from real nuts, not processed oats held together with sugar glue. Pre-bag your trail mix into small containers. Portion control handled. Speaking of things that seem healthy but aren't, fried chicken has been lying to us. Deep frying chicken is basically giving your food a hot oil bath. And your arteries? They're not sending thank you cards. Here's the truth. Every piece of fried chicken soaks up over 100 extra calories. Just from oil. That's insane when you think about it. But baked chicken can taste just as crispy. The secret? Crushed corn flakes. I'm serious. Crush them up, coat your chicken, and bake at 400 degrees. The crunch is identical. My dad swore it was fried the first time I made it. Put the chicken on a wire rack so air circulates underneath. That's how you get crispy on all sides. And here's the real win. 1 tablespoon of oil versus entire cups for frying. Plus no grease splatters burning your arms. No disposal nightmare. Now, sports drinks? They've been playing us for years. Sports drink companies have been running the greatest marketing scam since bottled water. Those neon-colored beverages? They contain up to 34 grams of sugar. That's more than most people actually burn during their entire workout. Here's the thing. Unless you're running marathons or playing 2 hours of intense basketball, you don't need electrolyte replacement. Your body isn't that dramatic. Coconut water gives you potassium and magnesium naturally. No added sugar, no artificial colors that make your drink look radioactive. But the cheapest option? Infused water. Throw some cucumber slices or lemon wedges into a pitcher. Costs basically nothing. Tastes refreshing without the sugar crash. I stopped buying sports drinks 3 years ago. My wallet thanked me. My dentist thanked me even more. Those companies spend millions convincing weekend joggers they need what professional athletes drink. Spoiler alert, you don't. Speaking of things hiding in plain sight, jarred pasta sauce has a dirty little secret. Most jarred pasta sauces contain more sugar than chocolate chip cookies. I'm not exaggerating. Some brands pack 10 grams of sugar into half a cup. That's dessert pretending to be dinner. A can of crushed tomatoes costs 99 cents. Just tomatoes. No added sugar. No mysterious, natural flavors that could mean anything. Here's the simple trick. Sauté some garlic in olive oil. Add the crushed tomatoes. Throw in basil and oregano. 15 minutes later, restaurant-quality sauce. Want extra depth? Toss in a Parmesan rind while it simmers. Costs nothing if you're already buying Parmesan. Adds that rich umami flavor fancy restaurants charge extra for. My grandmother made sauce this way for 60 years. She'd laugh at anyone paying $5 for a jar of sugar water with tomato coloring. These 20 swaps won't change everything overnight, but small choices compound. Your body will thank you. Your wallet definitely will.